Welcome back to another episode of Related Conversations, the group chat on steroids. I'm your girl Melanie. We're here with Man Murray, just ugly. With Drew, we got Drew in the house, and We're welcoming back Kat. Hello, girl. Nice to see
Hello, how
I'm
are
trying to
y'all?
rap. Welcoming back, cat. Matter of fact. Sorry.
you. Clearly, we ignorant today, but we also talking about compromise. Yeah, that c word. That c word. So let me start this off by just in general. Eartha Kitt didn't believe in compromising. Do you?
Is that real? Is that true?
Yeah, you ain't see. She was like, they was like, would you compromise for me? And she's like, compromise for what? What
Yeah,
am
for
I
what?
compromising? Because he want to come in my life for?
I'm
Hmm.
torn.
You torn?
I'm torn.
What you torn about?
So I get what she means by that,
Mm.
but at the same time, I do agree with compromising, if that makes sense. Like, I get what she's saying in that why compromise for a man because she was bringing everything to the table herself. So why
Hmm.
is she going to settle for less or compromise when she's bringing everything she needs to the table herself? At the same time, it's a situation of, okay, I will compromise under certain circumstances. So I'm torn. Like I don't know what side of the fence I'm on right now. Like
I get it. Like when I hear that, I feel like I get her stance, but I don't think it's realistic. You know what I mean? Like there's no way to exist with another person in any capacity, whether it be a relationship, a friendship, anything, a work relationship, and you don't have compromise because two people don't always think the same, right? And
agreed.
you got to find a middle ground at some point. There's no way to not compromise. You could not like compromising, but you can't escape it unless you just want to be insufferable and on your own. That's what I think.
Hmm.
No, you're not wrong because at
Compromise
the
on
end of the
what,
day,
though?
One at a time, boys.
I'm gonna say you're not wrong though because at the end of the day, like like you just said, you have to compromise in some way. I don't necessarily have to like it, but compromise isn't for a win. It's for a general win-win, not a specific win. When you don't get what you want, you don't see it as a win. That's why I feel like some people struggle with compromise because you don't see it as a win. But technically, compromise is supposed to define a win-win, both people coming out with a benefit to a situation rather than one just losing.
Can we clap for that?
No. Yeah,
Yeah,
not.
he is absolutely right. Can you say it again?
No, don't say
What?
it.
Repeat it.
We're gonna say it again. We're gonna say it again. No.
Compromising.
Compromise is
Oh,
supposed to be a win-win for both, not a flat-out loss for one. So will you get your win? No, not necessarily, but neither person will. But both people will walk away with a benefit. That's compromise.
yes. Thank you.
So do
In
you
summary,
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. In summary, it's a mutual agreement.
Right.
Absolutely.
But it's a one that comes with sacrifice, and I think that's why a lot of people got issues with. Like when I think of compromise, I think of sacrifice because in order for us to meet this middle ground where it's a win-win, it's not a win-win. There is loss on both
Yeah.
sides. It's all usually more on one side than the other in some way or whatever. But the sacrifice part is what makes compromise so undesirable. Like I want to go. Like you can compromise on stupid shit, right? Not stupid shit. Like things that are not detrimental for vacation, I want to go to Fiji and you want to go to Thailand, right? So now we need to find a middle point, which means we're probably not going to Fiji or Thailand, which means I'm going to be have a good time where we go, but I didn't get what I wanted. So now I still want that thing and I had to sacrifice my desire so that for the greater good. And I think that's why a lot of people have an issue when it comes to compromising because you can never win in a compromise. And some people like to win. Like I like to have my way. You know what I mean? But when you align yourself with someone in whatever fashion it is, that's not the goal no more. You got to completely switch the way that you operate because you're not operate for you to be on top. Now you always have to bring this other entity with you and consider their wants, their desires, their needs, and it's like, and you we're not responsible for another person's happiness, but now you need to make them happy in this compromise while not shooting yourself in the foot.
True.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm with Cat. Like I'm in the middle because it all depends on what we compromising for. But I 100% agree with my boy. And I'm gonna give an example why I feel like it should be a win-win. Because I was in a situation where she likes to go out. I really don't like to go out. I don't give a fuck. I could play music in the house, have a drink, and play the game, and I'm good. But here's where the situation where it wasn't a win-win, and we couldn't compromise on a win-win because my thing is okay. You could go out, that's fine, but find a babysitter so I could have a crib. I could be chilling in the crib while you out by myself. Blah blah blah. Hold on. Let me finish.
I got a question because
Hold
are these
on,
your
let me
kids for a
finish.
babysitter?
Let me finish. What?
I said, are these your kids she finding a babysitter for, or her
Yes.
kids? Oh.
Yes, our kids.
Relax.
So, yeah,
Fuck.
because you going out, that's your fun. Me in the house with no kids and nobody, me playing music, chilling, drinking, that's my fun. So we gonna compromise. Yeah, go ahead, go out. Let me get this time to myself in the crib. That's my fun. It's your fun, and we both can have a win-win situation if we get a babysitter. But if you say, like you were about to say, nigga, why do I need to get a babysitter if you're gonna be in the crib? That's not a win-win. We not compromising. That's not
But
a
you're
win-win.
not going.
I'm compromising on, hold on. I'm compromising on letting you go out because only way I can win if I be like, fuck it, I'll go out with you. Then you'll find a babysitter. But that's not a win-win situation. Like,
You're home, sweetie. When you decided to stay home and have your fun at home, you know what's at home? Kids, them niggas lit here. When you didn't go out,
my fun is at home, though. That's what you're not understanding.
but your kids are at home too. So if you get a babysitter, if that's how you feel, that's crazy.
See, so we couldn't compromise on that, right? That's what you said.
That's
Wait,
not,
no.
we're not trying to compromise.
No,
It's
you're
still
not compromising the way he said you should.
It's not
We
still-
both should win.
But
No,
you're not
it's-
trying to go. If I say I want to go out, now all of a sudden you want to have fun differently. You want to go and have fun differently in the house, right? Cool. But if I come to you, hey, let's go out today. I want to go to party A at the place.
So you're not saying let's. You're not saying us. You're saying you.
I said let's. I'm
Okay,
talking
wait.
about us. Like, come on, put your thinking cap on.
No,
So you and I,
like us.
like, would you fucking let me talk, nigga? Yes, you and I. You and I would like for you and us as a unit to go to this party together as a unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, I'd rather stay in the house. I've proposed something for us to do together and you didn't want to do it. You want to stay home and because you enjoy being home. Cool. Got that. Why I gotta find a babysitter? That don't make no sense.
You just changed the whole goalpost, bro. That's not the situation. If that's the case, we are gonna find a babysitter. We going out. No, it could be. I'm talking about a situation where you want to go out with your girls. Since I don't like going out, I have to watch the kids. But my fun will be nobody in the house while you out, and I'm doing what the fuck I want to do in the house.
So I go out with my girl
bothering me.
you get a
Not worried about
babysitter.
this.
That's the compromise.
No, that's not the compromise. That's not it. The compromise comes differently. In a scenario like that, man, what you got to understand is the compromise means your fun at home, your compromise isn't going to happen at the same time. The compromise is the fact I'm going to give you a night out so you can go have your fun the way you want to. And at some point in time, you're going to give me a night at home alone. There's your compromise.
Can we capture that?
It just means
That
in the
makes a lot
moment,
of sense.
it's not going to be at the same time. That's all that one means. It doesn't mean that there's not a compromise that's going to happen. It's just not going to happen at the same time, this one. That
You
one,
ain't-
Where's she going? So where's she gonna go when she give me a moment at home alone?
she taking the kids with her. I don't give a fuck where she go. I don't give a fuck where you go. The deal was if I gave you a night out on your own, I'm home with the kids, we good. I got tonight, boo. Go ahead, have your fun. But there's gonna be a night you give me back as the compromise.
Right, so it's never so you basically saying in that situation, it could be a win at this moment and a win at that moment, but it would never be a win-win at the same moment. Like we both can't win at the same moment.
Exactly. For that particular situation, it won't be a win-win at the same time. It's gonna have to be at
That's
two different
crazy.
times. But it's only because you got kids involved.
But if we compromise, where if we both was going out together, we will find a babysitter. Just act like I'm going out too. Find a
But
babysitter.
you're not.
But it's a win-win for both of us, though.
But why does the compromise have to be simultaneous to you? Why, when we're compromising,
It's to you too.
listen, but if we're compromising, why do we both have to win right now in this moment? Why can't you get what you want today and I get what I want Sunday, or vice versa?
Yeah, we could do that, but why can't we do it at the same time either?
But
Because you got kids.
what was you gonna say?
Because there's no compromise with kids. There's no compromise.
Nah. So no, I can come up with a situation where you can compromise with kids. You trying to say that situation or ever? You can't compromise
No,
with kids
that
ever?
situation. When kids are involved, there's always going to be a concede. Why? Because the kids require at least one of you. So somebody's going to have to concede at all times.
So what happened when you together?
And y'all ain't got no kids?
No, you got kids, but y'all trying to get time together.
It has to be a win at certain times because the kids always got to be covered.
Is everything a compromise to you? Do you feel like everything has to be even kilter? You can never have a day where she's getting more than you in this situation, or for even for like maybe a period of time?
That's a good question.
I'm just talking about this situation alone.
I'm asking you this question.
No.
Mm.
Every no, this no, she just had to be more than me now. Cause as a man, she's always gonna have more than me. She's always gonna win more. She's always gonna have more. She's always gonna fucking want more. Yeah, y'all can fucking do all this. Like I'm compromising the whole fucking relationship.
Because like what?
No.
I'm compromising the whole time I'm with you. I'm compromising the whole time with you because I can't never tell you no. Like, yeah, you what? A
Nigga, are you in a relationship? Are you in jail? Are you dating the warden?
No, I'm not saying you can't, but are you gonna like it?
Who cares?
Whether she likes it or not, who cares?
You're trying to people please. If you're only trying to do what she likes, that's a whole nother conversation, and that's on you. You need to put your fucking balls on and be the nigga that you're supposed to be.
No.
Be a man.
I'm saying,
that's crazy.
What you doing is you stretching it. It's something small, and you making it big. Like I'm saying, like doing something for your women or like something small, and you telling her no when you could do it or whatever. You might just not feel like doing it, but you always compromising for your woman. The man is always you compromising for your man too most of the time, but it's never no like, oh, she can't have more like that. But like I feel like y'all always gonna have that. It's like a little bit more that we gotta let slide.
You don't think that has something to do with the way that you look at things and not just the general population?
It's gotta be the way I look at things. I'm the one saying it.
I'm a cat. What was you gonna say?
Yo,
fuck
yo,
that was crazy.
Yo,
I just mean, he kind of already did what I was gonna ask because I needed him to unpack how.
Yeah.
I needed details because I wasn't understanding. But he just did that. So.
How y'all got it more like how we come?
Yeah.
So y'all don't know the thing about like a man. If a man is in a relationship, he's in a relationship for love.
What?
Y'all never heard
Break it
that?
down.
When a man is in a relationship, he's in a relationship for love.
Which is, please.
No, there's a but that goes with that.
Because like, what the fuck else would him? What else is he wanting from this female? If once he get in a relationship with her, yeah, once he get in a relationship with her, he want to be with her, he want to marry her. What is he doing? She's not about to pay his bills. She's not about to be taking him out. She's not about to be doing all this shit for him. It ain't about just pussy once he really fucking lock her in.
Yeah. You seriously gonna sit here and say that? You pretty much are saying men don't get shit from relationships. Men benefit most from that.
I never said that. You just changed everything I said. I said.
Did I?
No, I never said they don't get nothing. I said want. When the man in a relationship, he in the relationship for love. He want love from the female.
A lot of men date women because of what the woman comes with, and it has nothing to do. You know how many men have built families, homes with women that they don't even like because it's not about love. It's women come with a natural caring and nurturing nature that men benefit from all the time. The way that you guys live inside the home and it's comfortable and all the comforts are laid out and everything is set up right, and you come home to cook meals and clean houses and the bills are paid, and she got you on life insurance and health insurance and all of this shit. Like, it's a lot that men benefit from, and a lot of men will stay with a woman who provides for them in the ways they need to be provided for. It has nothing to do with love. But that's not what we're talking about. I feel like we've had this conversation. Allow me to
hop into that one.
May I pivot with a question back on the topic? Because we're
Okay,
not
back
doing
on.
this
Please
today.
do. Because every time I say something, it's
Because you say some shit that just need to. You do that.
nigga. Cause y'all really
Okay,
believe like y'all. Listen, I ain't gonna go there. We can go there another time.
We go. Yeah.
wait, no, hold on,
Not
wait.
today. Not
It
today.
just give me 1 second to bring him back in, bro. You not. I see where you going, but I need you to be careful because it is a slippery slope, bro. It is.
It's not a slippery slope, nigga. You know how many fucking you could just literally, bro. You could have fucking a girl and doing all this other shit. Like if a man lock you in, like she said, if she nurturing him, doing all this other shit, feeding him, all this other shit, blah blah blah. Nigga, that's a form of love. If a man
No.
want to be in a relationship with you, he only in a relationship for you for the love.
Because
No.
he loves. Wait, is it because he loves her, or is it because of the love that she gives him?
Because the love she give him. He love
So
her
a man will
too.
only
He
get
love her
into a.
too, but
So what you just said is what I said. If
yeah,
he
he
loves
love
what
her
she
too.
gives him, it's what she's providing. That's service. It's a servitude. That's not love.
Oh, got a question.
Drew.
If that's the case, then what is he sacrificing for or what is he compromising with if he's getting such a benefit?
That's not even the same thing. I feel like you thought you had some and you pulled the wrong shit out of the hat. It's dead.
First of all, shut the hell up. That's not what I'm talking about. If he says the only reason is to be there, but yet men compromise more in relationships than women do, then what's the compromise if he gets all of the benefit?
Yeah, because if he really want this one, if he really want this one female, and he locking in with her, he compromising everything that's coming with it.
Which is what?
Everything that come with her, he's gonna deal with it. It's gonna be unconditional. A man not just leaving over some bullshit. He not
But
just
that goes both ways though, bro, because women deal with a lot of
shit.
our shit too.
Yeah, they do,
It
but
goes both ways. So
they do.
at the end of the day, what you're still trying to tell me is the compromise. So the compromise in that fact is whether you want to call it off of love, it's the self benefit that each person is getting from the relationship. Is that what he's compromising on? Because in all honesty, and I'm just speaking as a nigga who's been in the street, the only things I'm compromising is my ability to get more pussy. That's the only thing I'm compromising in a relationship. I'm
But do
compromising my
you want?
ability to get more pussy.
All right, but you. So once you compromise that, once you compromise that, basically, once you stop that, do you want her to be in the street, or do you want her to be fucking somebody else? Or you just want her to
Fuck
be with
no.
you,
If I'm
right?
giving myself 100% to you, you better be giving yourself 100% to me. That's an
Then,
agreement, not a
then that,
compromise.
yeah, then you locked in with her.
Hell yeah.
May I insert a question here?
Go pivot.
Okay, Kat, I'm gonna bring you back in here because
Phone in question.
you are
I'm
our
just
guest of
wondering.
the evening, miss. So, all right, and this is for every what?
I don't understand shit.
Anyway, is there anything in a relationship that you are absolutely not willing to compromise on? Your non-negotiables. Like this is something I come with, and you got to deal with it or go away.
My child, my
Like
peace
they
of
said.
mind. You're not about to come like at the stage I'm at in my life, you are not about to come in here fucking up my peace. Like, so if you got baby mama drama, stay over there. If you ain't got nowhere to live, stay over there. Like, I'm not, nobody is going to come mess up my peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not compromising about that. Nobody's going to come messing up my financial situation. No, I'm not going out of my way to do, like, I will help people out, but I'm not going above and beyond. I'm not Captain Save-Ho.
What about
So
after you get in the relationship? This sounds
that's
like before
different.
you get in the relationship.
So the thing is, I'm practicing a little known thing called discernment. So I'm going to vet whoever I'm dealing with at the time, because the person you show me before the relationship needs to be the same person after. I don't want to be talking in the talking stage and then we end up in a relationship and you pull a whole 360 and now you a completely different person and I have to now figure out, okay, where did this person come from? So you can almost guarantee that I'm sitting there, I'm observing every single aspect of this person and seeing this person in every season before I even entertain a relationship or being in a relationship with them.
Man.
Okay, I got a question. Because you said one of the things was a compromise was taking care of him, right?
Yep.
Right. All right. So when you in a relationship, once you get in a relationship, and like before, when y'all was in the talking stage or whatever the case may be, he was financially good. Now, once y'all get in a relationship, y'all been together for a while, he go through a financial storm. You're not going to help him. You're not going to take care of him.
No, in that case, I would.
You
But
would
I've been
compromise.
in, yes, but I've been in several situations where it became a situation that the people thought they was entitled to me taking care of them.
Mm.
So what it becomes is, okay, if you were stable when we were in the talking stage, you were stable for multiple years of our relationship, it's not a pattern.
Mm.
It's this one time you're down on your luck. And so, okay, yeah, I'm going to help you out. But if it's a situation where every time I turn around, you're down on your luck, I can't constantly help you out. Like, because me trying to save you, I'm going to drown myself.
Right. I agree with that. Like,
So would you give a man a timeline to get back on his feet?
I mean, that's a good question. I think, if he is someone who I already know is someone who works hard, does what he has to do, is on point, then I'm not going to give him a timeline, because at the end of the day, any grown man is going to be like, I'm in a fucked up situation and I got to figure out how to get in a better situation. He's not going to sit there and be like, woe is me, and do nothing with his life, the remainder of his life. Whereas if he's a bum, you're going to know, because he's going to sit there for years and not do a damn thing. Like,
that's the
Sure.
kind of guy you give the timeline to. If
right.
you done showed me, like, if I know you the type of nigga that you always down in your luck, every time you always ending up with a new job, you always got some sad story, I'm giving this nigga 2 months for this thing, because
Damn.
you don't, I'm just saying. But like, cause you don't believe in his ability to fix it, to
Mhm.
work, to get back on his feet, cause you constantly got a problem. But if you always handling business and some shit happens, because shit do happen, I'm not about to be like, well, you only got 3 months, because like this man has been tried and true. You know what I mean? I didn't got
Mhm.
it. He's not in this situation because he's not trying or working or anything. It's just that shit happened. And if it might take a little bit longer, there's a lot more understanding than for somebody who's constantly in that type of issue. You know what I
If
mean? So
if we in the talking stage and you asking me for $20 every 2 weeks,
Ugh.
clearly I'm gonna put your ass on the
non-negotiable. Do not
right.
ask
Like,
me for money.
I'm
That's
not.
a lot.
I'm not. I've had to tell guys like, listen, I have a whole child. You are not about to sit here and ask me for money, because I got a child that my money goes to. It's not going to no grown man. Like,
You
First,
niggas was asking you for money in the talking stage?
yes.
Oh, niggas is bold.
Well,
Tell me
I
about
don't
it.
money
understand that,
in
because
the
I don't understand. Like, how you trying to get further where you at? Like, I ask my mother or my sister before I ask the person I'm trying to talk to in the
And
talking stage. Like,
if it really gets to that point, the fact that you feel that comfortable going to person you just started talking to, it
you a
says a lot.
bum.
It says a
Hmm.
lot.
You a
Which
bum.
means you don't have many avenues. You've probably burned a lot of bridges. You've already shown, improved, and failed.
And you
It just
showing
says
that
a
you
lot.
are totally fine leaning on a woman, even one that you don't even know well enough, have no type of rapport built with. That's a fucking red flag, non-negotiable. We're not compromising on this. Block, don't call me no more. Good luck to you. Get out of my
Exactly.
life.
Sure.
There's no talking. There's no.
what you were in compromise, Melanie?
Hate that he asked me this, because I feel like I know the tone beneath it.
Right?
I'm not compromising on a few things, I'm not having no more kids, and we rock, and you want to have kids, and I don't. We can't be together. We can't talk. I'm like I said, I'm not spending no money. I'm not sitting around coming to your house, Netflixing and chilling. We ain't been on no dates, established no rapport, nothing like that. I'm not dating somebody for 2-3 years and we're still boyfriend and girlfriend 2-3 years later at the tender age of 35 plus. So I'm gonna put that there. There's a few things I'm not willing to compromise on. I'm not trying to be with somebody who think they can control me. You think that you can tell me what to do because of things that you want your lady to do. I feel like it's very important to find a person where your foundational values align heavily. If I'm a vegetarian, then so are you. If I like to vacation in the beach or in the winter, so do you. If I like to sleep in on Sundays, so do you. You know how much stress you're gonna bring yourself trying to be somebody who likes to bed rot, watching Netflix on Sundays and ordering food, and you're gonna be with somebody who likes to go hiking at 6 o'clock in the morning and doing laundry at noon and going to their parents' house on 4 o'clock, and y'all gonna build y'all lives together. Y'all never gonna match. And little arguments come from things that you don't match on, things that seem like, oh, it's not a big deal. They become a big deal. So I want somebody where our foundational values are well in line. So the things that we disagree on, it's not about dishes, laundry, the movies we're gonna go see. It's about, I want to go to Aspen and you want to go to Paris. Those, I can deal with those type of disagreements, right? But I can't do everyday things. That means we're gonna argue every day. I think it's very important to have that because I don't like to compromise a lot of shit. And I'm going to be compromising a lot with somebody who's total opposite from me, who wants to challenge me all the time, who thinks 100% differently from me. I'm not willing to do that. That's stressful. Why am I doing that? I don't even know you well enough to want to do that for. I don't do that for nobody.
Why do you think girls compromise on that type of shit?
Because it feels good to have somebody to love you. It feels, this person makes me laugh. We have good times together. We have good sex together. Something about you makes me want to keep you. So now I'm going to compromise on things that are probably a problem for me because access to you, it seems like it's more valuable than any of that other shit. That's what that is. That's what that is. Why do you compromise? Sorry,
me?
go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
For
gonna
me?
ask the same question, man. Yeah, you. What you compromise with?
Cause I don't think I'm like how you said like that match person like do this and do that. I think that's damn near impossible to happen. So a lot of shit I'm gonna let slide because like it got to be something big for me to be like nah.
Cash your question.
I'm not.
You
We
don't,
talking about no. We talking about we together, not talking stage.
I got you.
Okay.
You don't think that that mindset directly correlates to the issues that you've had in relationships with people? Because you could be just be sitting in the house and she got a problem with it. If you found somebody who you matched with, she wouldn't have a problem with you doing the things that she also do.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing right there, right? I feel like I don't need to find that. How you look at it, how remember you said is about like how I look at it. Like how you look at it, how I look is totally two different ways. You look at it like find somebody that's in the house. I want to find somebody that I don't have no problem with you going out or you don't not like or doing what you do, but I want to find somebody that'd be like that. I what I just said like that's fine. Like you could do this. I basically nigga I'll order you a pizza. I'm going out like compromise with me on what you want to do and what I like to do. Like we come together to make
But
this
why
like
do you
win-win at
want
the
to
same time.
compromise? Why do you want to compromise if it's not necessary? A compromise is a place that you do to bring peace between two people with opposing views or thoughts or whatever, right? If you have somebody who's on the same wavelength as you don't have to compromise and you don't have to worry about being mostly happy. Both of y'all could be totally happy because you didn't have to do no compromising.
Because that one little thing might not be really nothing to compared to all the other shit I like. Just because she like I mean she like going out, I might like 90 more fucking things about her, and I'm gonna find somebody that don't like going out, but she might be fucking annoying or she don't like going out. I don't like going out. That might be the problem because. Nigga, I don't want nobody around. I want my little bit of time to me. Like, get out, go somewhere. That's why I want somebody to like to get out, to go. I don't really want somebody to like to get out, but like, is that I just like, know what I mean? That's just something small.
I
Like,
think for men, it's more. I think it's more or less just pick and choose your battles. I feel like men are very passive when it comes to what women want to do. As long as you're not disrespecting yourself in a relationship, we really don't care. We really don't care. So oftentimes it's like, okay, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Man is looking for somebody who's just going to accept the fact that, okay, you want to do this. He's already accepting of the fact that she wants to do that.
Has that been your experience, Kat, with men? When you want to do something that they don't want to do or don't think you should do, have they just been accepting of it?
So
You cared about ask that question, right? Because no.
I have had a little bit of an issue, and I'm gonna admit this. I take full responsibility for this.
Oh, look at that.
Generally,
Get the fuck
because
out
they
of here.
say women, no, they say women don't take accountability. So I'm gonna take
He
accountability for
can't
what I'm
say
about
that.
to
He
say.
can't say that.
I have kind of a problem because at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So
I
whether
love
or
this.
not, and it's been a situation like, for instance, when I was in a relationship with my son's father, he was like, man, he ain't like to go nowhere. He ain't want to go nowhere. Didn't want to do nothing. He liked to stay in the house, and that was cool. But I'm someone who likes to be outside, not necessarily parties, clubs, but I like going concerts, theater, or whatever the case may be. He didn't really want to do that, so it became a situation where I'd leave his ass home and I'd go do what I wanted to do. There was no compromise. And if it meant he had to stay home with his son, guess what? You now have to stay home with your son. Um, but I've learned that sometimes you got to meet in the middle and find things y'all both like to do. Because the thing is, it's hard when you, like I said, when you're dealing with someone who doesn't like to go anywhere. So it's hard to find that compromise when the person doesn't want to leave the house, because then it becomes a situation like, hey, you want to go here? No. Hey, do you want to go there? No. And then when you stop asking, all of a sudden, well, why didn't you ask me? And I'm sitting here like, because every single time I've asked you, you said no. So I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse.
Right.
Like, so if you say no every single time I ask you, I'm going to just go do what I want to do and leave you sitting there.
Right.
My experience has been most of the time, I just do what the hell I'm going to do anyway.
Have you
Now,
found?
before you go off,
Go
no,
ahead.
before you go off, I'm sorry. Kat is 100% right on the way that she chose to move. Because
Yeah.
as her son's father, as somebody in a relationship, you gave him opportunities. Hey, I want to go do this. Do you want to go? He said no. And multiple times you got the same response. So why am I asking the same exact question over and over again? I'm not mad at you for that. You're 100% correct.
Bullshit.
Because that nigga, at the same time, and you got to give her credit for this, she never stopped being who she was. And that's what, honestly, I think deep down inside, at the end of the day, man or woman, that's still most important. Stop. You don't have to stop being who you are to be in a relationship. That's not a part of compromise. So she gave him opportunities to join her. He chose not to, but yet she didn't sacrifice a moment for herself. You weren't doing detriment. You weren't doing anything detrimental to your relationship. Like I said, you're not disrespecting yourself. You're not disrespecting the relationship. There should have been no reason why that was a problem. But yet, some people have a problem with that, and I feel like that's when it gets back and forth on whether are you with someone because you want to be there, or are you dealing with this person because you are there? And in
Or is it a
moments
matter
that
of convenience?
or matter of convenience. But that person so much in the space with you and in the area with you, that person just didn't want you to do nothing. They wanted you to do what they did. Man, that's not you. You don't mind stick. You want your one piece of time to yourself. And if your girl want to go out, you don't mind that. That's not
First
the
of all,
situation that Cat came from.
first
That's
of
not
all,
the same. What's wrong?
she said. First of all, like she said, other shit, nigga. I like concerts and other shit. I'm talking about going out every fucking weekend to the bar and all that.
Okay.
But besides that, nigga, how come? This is what I want to know. This is shit that get me tight. How come, like somebody like Cat, when you say, nigga, well, I'm gonna ask you when you gonna say that, it's like beating a dead horse. How come y'all could do this shit like y'all, like you could do what you want in your relationship, but you can't do that shit for the fucking white man at your job? If that nigga told your ass, let me know. Yeah, because you all you doing is stroking his ego by asking him, even though you know he don't want to go. Just do it. Like he knows there's some shit you don't want to do. I bet you he might just say it just because you want to hear it. Just fucking do it. Just to
Well,
stroke his little ego, nigga. You know he don't want to go. Just say the shit. What's so hard? Like you don't want to do it because all right, hold on. Look, if you ask your boss every day, can I leave early? Can I leave early? Sure, 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 sure. Then the one time you don't ask, you leave early. Next day, you got a motherfucking you meeting at 10 o'clock with your ass up early. You gonna be like, oh. I should have motherfucking told you. No, you probably just gonna do that because you're gonna. It's the job. It's the boss. You don't want to lose that. You're gonna be like, "Can I leave early?" Even though you know he been telling your ass every day, "Okay." But when it comes to your man, you don't want to be the dead horse because you don't want to feel his motherfucking fantasy of feeling like the
hold
man in the
on.
house.
I'm
First of
confused.
all, you have to insert the humanity in a relationship
I'm
that doesn't
confused.
come with a working relationship. What do you mean? I'm
Yeah.
asking permission at my job when I sign a contract. There's certain rules and regulations I need to follow so that I don't lose this job because I need this paycheck. My man, I'm expecting him to see me as more of a human. I don't need to fucking come to you the same way I would go to my boss. Are you crazy?
So you don't want your boss to see you as a human?
They don't. I'm on the payroll. When
A
I start
number.
working here, I don't exist to them no
That's
more, vice
crazy.
versa.
So you fuck them. Cause you gotta compromise. You gotta compromise for your job. Why you can't compromise for your man?
It's different dynamics. My job is now a contract that is going to be directly correlated to my livelihood. If I'm getting into the kind of relationship with my man that I'm in with my job, I don't want it. I hate my
what's fucked
job.
up?
I don't want to be there.
That's the fucked up thing. You don't you can compromise for your job and you can do everything right for your job and your job will say fuck you. You do everything right for your man is gonna love you. But you can say I don't gotta do this for him cause nigga you ain't my job. Nigga, you ain't my boss. Ain't no
Nigga,
contract.
are you stupid? Are you
What you mean?
what the
Nigga, your
fuck
job
kind
will
of
say
No.
fuck you
shit is
anytime.
that?
What you mean? Your
No.
job will get rid of you whenever they fucking want.
Exactly. So I need to make sure I don't do the things to my job to get rid of me. Because guess what? If I piss my man off, I can still pay my rent. If I lose my job, I got problems. What are you talking about? Those are two totally different levels of responsibility.
No, but you're not understanding what I'm saying. You and this how your job can get rid of you. You can get another job, probably a better fucking job.
That just like that, huh? Just like that.
Yeah.
I remember. Wait, Drew, you was there, man. You was there. I lost my job. It took me 6 months to find a new job that was going to pay me what I wanted to be paid, actually more, and be able to be in the field that I wanted to be in because I had a career. You don't just. It's not that simple. First of all, and guess what? When me and my son's dad split up and he broke my heart and whatnot, he had to get the fuck out. My job allowed me to make him leave because I could afford the life that we had together by myself.
Right.
When me and him broke up. Only thing that mattered was I needed to wipe my tears. I could get through that shit.
Why y'all gotta move the goalposts? We talk about compromising. If you don't, so if your job is if your job is not treating you right, you have to respect. You have to do all this shit. You have to accept all this bullshit because it's a good job, it's a career, and all some shit.
I'm gonna find a new job, but I'm gonna have my job while I find a new job. My man, I'm just finding a new fucking man. What do you mean?
All right, so you ain't never let that nigga then. That easy? Is that easy?
Wow.
That's insane.
That's
That
how we get
You
there.
could just get rid of him and find another nigga then. Okay. Here we go. That's the answer.
This went left.
You want me to look at my man like my job and I'm the one that's crazy? That's
You
insane.
just get rid of him and find another nigga. That's the answer. Ain't no, I can't argue with that.
If you want me to keep compromising and fucking treat you like you my boss to get the fuck out of my life, what are you
not
talking
treat
about?
you like no, and nobody say treat you like you the boss, but
Did he not say why would you do this for
if
your
you
boss
wanna
and not
do
for your
what you
man?
wanna do,
Yeah.
you just said I'm gonna do what I want to do at the end of the day. If you're gonna do what you want to do, and you have a man, and you feel like you don't need to do this because nigga at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I want to do anyway. Why you can't give him that much respect that you give your fucking boss at the job? And no, hold on, yeah, y'all gonna keep saying like all this other shit. You don't want to lose that man just as much as you want to lose that job, but things change. I didn't know. You don't give a fuck about losing that man. I'm sorry. It's a whole different argument. When you don't want to lose that man, it's a whole different argument. If you really love this person and you want to go through hell and hot water with this person, you're gonna do the same thing, sacrifice and compromise just like you do at your fucking job because this is a high paying job and these all this shit just to keep that man or to sacrifice your relationship. But if you really don't give a fuck if that nigga go, you're gonna do what you want to do. End of story.
Romance and livelihood are two completely different categories, bro. They're two completely different
You talking
categories.
about compromise though?
But you can't compromise categories that don't correlate.
Oh,
Why the fuck
fucking
can't
talk, Drew. Fucking talk.
It doesn't make. It's not gonna make sense, my nigga. If I walked onto the basketball court with a fucking shoulder pads and a helmet and cleats, ready to play football, this shit ain't gonna make sense. It don't, bro. It's two completely different fields.
But that didn't make sense what you just said. Like, what are you
But
compromising?
exactly, exactly the point,
What are you
bro.
compromising right there?
You can't. That's exactly the point. You can't compromise there.
So you telling me, hold on, you telling me You can't compromise you putting your ego to the side for your boss the same way you do for your relationship.
Because there's a difference, and that's why there's a phrase today called work-life balance. There's your work, and then there's your life. There's two completely
No.
different realms that actually get two different parts of you.
Yo, the difference is, nigga, you don't want to lose one thing. You don't want to lose this.
No.
with
The one
losing
is
that.
I
That's the
can't
difference.
lose one thing. I can't.
Nigga,
It's
you
not the
could,
fact that I
because,
don't.
Listen, you could
I
because it happens
can't.
all the time. Like she just
Exactly,
said.
but that doesn't make it a good thing.
Nigga, it doesn't make when you lose your relationship either that you want it. Don't make
But
it a good
maybe
thing.
you're moving out of that relationship into something better because your livelihood is at risk. There are some times when they do
No, we
apply to
talking
one
about you
another,
doing
but
what
they'll
you
never
want. We're
correlate
not
the
talking about a
same.
bad relationship. You changing the goalpost. You talking about you doing what you want. Same at the job. You doing what
Right.
you want at the job. You're not gonna do what you want at the job.
Okay.
In a relationship, you doing what you want. We talking about doing what you want.
Okay.
And you doing what you want because, nigga, I'm doing what I want. That's the end of the case. You're not looking at it like if I lose my man, it's going to be a problem. Like you looking at it, if I lose this job, if I do what I want, it's going to be a problem. You can you can do that with those situations because you worried about losing one of them. You're not worried about losing the other.
So let me give you the savagery. The reason why is because, like Mel said, when her and her son's father separated, only thing she had to do was dry her tears. If I were to lose my job, I'm sitting in a country. Listen for a minute. I'm sitting in a country and an economy that can't necessarily fill that gap. But me, myself, I can fill the gap of someone who left me. I can handle that. But I'm sitting in a world that doesn't necessarily fill that other gap for me. So there is one, yes, that I cannot lose. The other one I may not want to lose either. And if I'm going to move how the fuck I want to move in either situation, there's one that I personally can recover from. And there's another one that I need something else to help me recover from. That's why you can't put that kind of faith on something else. The work economy right now is not going to allow me to just get another job tomorrow. But the relationship game is going to allow me to feel better about myself within 7 to 10 business days, nigga.
Nigga, that's just
It
bullshit.
doesn't sound good, but that's the reality of it. Because when some people get out of relationships, if you really just love another person, you go find another relationship. But a lot of people take time to invest in themselves post-relationship because they don't want somebody to leave and leave that much of a gap in their life. They'd rather fill that themselves. But if I lose my job, I need the U.S. economy to fill that bitch for me. And I can't count on them for shit.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but you like it's all I want. We can
But
move
that's
on.
why you
That's all I
can't
want you to
compare the
understand. This is
two.
all I want you to understand. You don't want to fucking lose the person or the job.
True.
You don't want to lose it. So when you
True.
don't want to lose something, you're gonna be affected. You
But if
saying
I were to
7 to
lose
10
both,
days? No, you saying 7 to 10 days. If you really wanted something, if you really
it can
fucking
take
love
longer than
something
that.
or needed something, yeah, nigga, it could take fucking 3
But
years, 5
regardless,
years. You never know.
no matter how long it takes, I can fill that gap myself
But
by
when you
putting in
doing
the
what you
work I
want,
need to
listen. But
myself.
when you doing what you want, yeah, you can whatever the time frame, what you doing.
Yeah.
When you doing what you want, you're not worried about losing it. When you doing what you want, you're not worried about losing it.
True.
So what
I
I'm
see what you
saying
mean.
is, all right. So what I'm saying is, the only reason why you basically feel like that about your job because you worried about losing it. That's why you're not doing what you want.
True. But why? Because I rely on
Said why.
somebody
You
else
worried
to
about
fill
losing
that
it.
gap for me. And I can't count on anybody else to fill a gap for me the way that I'm going to fill that gap for myself on the other side.
So you trying to say if the man or if the female was paying the bills?
Do you know you got 30 seconds? Y'all gonna wrap this ridiculous part up because y'all just going in a circle.
No, I'm saying like if the man or the female was paying the bills, then it'd be more effective if
No,
they left.
it's not.
That's a different situation. You're comparing apples and broccoli. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you can't compare. Like he said, you're correlating two things. Just because you're binding them together with compromise doesn't mean that they're on two comparable layers. They're not. They're not. If what a relationship brings to your life is not the same thing that a job brings to your life. A relationship is something you want. A job is something you need. Do you understand
There you
that?
go.
It's like I want to be with this person, so I'm willing to make certain sacrifices and compromises so that we can be the best us. My job, I have to do a little ass kiss and I have to bite my tongue in places that I don't when I don't want to. I have to get up and go there when I don't feel like it because what it provides to me is something that I have to have regardless of how I feel about it. Regardless. But please allow me to pivot.
Go
May I?
ahead.
Thank you.
Pivot.
So
Go back.
we're talking about, you know, for a relationship or whatnot. So now let's say in the relationship, you have fucked up. You know, your man, your girl done caught you texting, or you done did some shit and now you trying to win this person back. And now you're like, oh, we just gotta work on it a little bit. Like, why try to compromise the other person when you fuck up? Why do I have to do that? Because I hate that. It's like, oh, we can work on this, we could be better. I don't need to work on nothing. You the one that fucked up. You did this to us. Now I have to put in work that I didn't need to because of your actions. How do you feel about that? I'm not gonna go to man cat.
Um,
That's good.
I think it's a situation where, like, I think it all depends, and I say that because if it's a situation where, okay, the person fucked up, but they realize they fucked up, they're taking accountability for it, they've apologized for it, and they want to actually put in the work to save the relationship, that's one thing. And that's obviously if you're willing to go that far. Because, if it's a situation where it crosses your boundaries, then you don't need to compromise on shit. Like, they just shit out of luck. But if it's a situation where you feel like, okay, I'm willing to compromise and meet you where you're at this point, and we can move forward from here, then by all means. But I think it kind of depends on where you are as far as that relationship.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. For me, I'm a lever. So for me, this is just like, no. You know what I mean? Like, you done did some shit. Well, guess what? That's over. You know what I mean? So when you're trying to get me back, I guess it's like I need to now come into this compromise where I have to heal a broken heart that I never asked for, didn't see coming, you caused. And I have to work to forgive you, and then I have to work to soothe that, and I have to work to get back to a point where I trust you. And I have to do all of this work and bear through all of these things for you who caused this. Why is your mistake bringing so much meet you in the middle on my part? I shouldn't have to meet you anywhere because I was always where I needed to be. You the one that stepped away and you need to get back here. But I can't do that because then it's like, if I'm accepting you back, then you have to, you can't say you forgive him and bring it back up. You can't say you forgive him and then not want to do the work. But it's like, I never signed up to do the work. The work that was supposed to be done, I was already doing.
In a marriage situation, like for me, if we're just dating or we're just like dating and in a relationship, but we're not married, listen, once you screw up, you screw up. I'm moving on with my life. However, if it's a marriage situation, it's more so you have more to work toward. So
Mhm.
it's like, how much work are you going to put in to try to save your marriage and be true to whatever vows you took to this person? Because that's more of a commitment.
I'm gonna say this as a nigga that's fucked up. I have fucked up before. I think the real reason why you're still looking for compromise in that moment is because of exactly that. If you were gonna forgive me, you're gonna allow me to stay here, you're gonna allow me to be here. Nobody wants things thrown back in their face. And I feel like that's why in moments where the person who has messed up looks for compromise, you still look for a little piece of give and take because you do still want to know that, okay, that person may still keep you. But do they even feel close to what they felt before? As we know, things are going to be different from this moment on. But you want to know that that person is still here for you. They're still in it with you. And if they are, they're still, you want to make sure that there's still some consideration for the way that you think and feel. Even though because of this transgression, you disregarded the way that they think and feel, you're hoping that it's still there. Because if it's not, then you are literally sitting around waiting for a punishment. And it's going to be a nonstop punishment. You want to make sure that, okay, if we agreed to stay, we actually going to be able to move on from this moment.
So are you really compromising then, like as the person who's been the person who's been hurt or whatever in this situation, or are you kind of just like giving in and letting time heal it? Because it's not really a compromise. Because what is this other person doing besides waiting for you to be all right? What does the
Honestly,
person who did the hurting? What are they compromising? What is their part in this?
the person who did the hurt.
Yeah, like you did this thing and like you've hurt me, right? And now I have to forgive you, soothe, all of this shit. What do you have to do besides not fuck up again? That's not really a compromise. That's a given. Part of our monogamous relationship meant that it was supposed to just be me and you. So that was always an expectation. What are you doing? What's your portion of this compromisation?
Well, that person now, of course, is going to have to go above and beyond. Like, you can't go back to regular everyday interaction at this point. Even if you're willing to forgive them and you're willing to move forward, the compromise, in all honesty, and it sounds so horrible and selfish when I'm going to say this, but the compromise is
Say it.
now that I have to go further and proving to you this, and that, and I have to take these extra steps, the compromise is making sure that you actually give a damn about the fact that I'm doing it.
I disagree with that.
It
That's
sounds
fucking
this. I'm
compromise.
not saying that is. I'm not saying that is good. I'm telling you, it sounds fucking horrible.
Because it's
But
not a
that's all it
compromise,
is.
though. It's
But
not a
here's the thing.
compromise.
But here's the thing. The only reason why I feel like it is a compromise is because if that person who did the wrong chooses to actually go through it, but without knowing it's actually going to turn a positive result, they'll leave.
I don't think it's a compromise. It's now, it's not a compromise. It's a temporary action that you're going to do because it's not like you've had to do this thing and this is going to be what's going forward. This is going to
Mhm.
be for a limited amount of time.
Mhm.
It's not going to be consistent because it's not who you truly are. Like people always go back to their regular nature. That's You're not compromising in that way. You're just kind of standing there not getting lashes. You're hoping that this person
Yes.
ain't gonna swing out and hurt you. But you ain't
Yes.
got but you're not doing anything. That's why I don't think that there is a compromise. When you fuck up, there is no compromising. It's just that other person kind of giving up, giving in just to continue and whatever it was that y'all had together.
And
I
all,
do not believe that that counts as a compromise.
it's a lose lose. That's why it's not a compromise. It's a
I
lose lose
mean,
because the person that did the hurt can't behave the way that they want to, which in all honesty was the behavior that they were having when they actually hurt you. And then the person who ended up hurt, you can't actually act out the way that you want to based upon the feeling because now you made an agreement that you're actually going to accept what they did and you're going to keep things going. It's a lose lose, not a win win. So I agree, it's not a compromise, but that doesn't mean that's not the reason why it happens.
It ain't no lose lose either, nigga.
what is it?
It's a lose for the person that got hurt.
And it's a win for the other person.
Yes.
So is
You
that a
still
compromise
there?
to you?
Huh?
Is that a compromise to you?
No, it ain't no compromise. Once the nigga
No.
offer, once he come up with this like, oh, forgive me and all stuff, we're gonna ain't no. That's not no fucking ain't no compromise in that. If you accept him or accept what he's offering, you lost. The nigga is only doing that. I'm gonna tell you right now. What do you say? He used to be an ain't shit nigga. Whatever, nigga. Cause let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you some real shit. The nigga is only doing that. The nigga is only doing that to make his self feel better. He's really only doing that to make himself feel better. Because when a man or a nigga hurt a girl, and the girl just think like she hurt or whatever, and that's just the end of it. Hell no. If that nigga, when he tried to do that little fake compromising shit that we calling it compromising shit, when he tried to do that and that shit don't work, trust me, that shit hurt him just as much as it hurt you, but you just don't know. When you accept that shit, you take away him feeling hurt about what he did to you. You taking that shit away. When you accepting that fake ass, let me do this, let me do that, let me make it right, and you be like, all right, I'll give you another chance. You taking that shit away from him because when you throw somebody in the fire, you think the only person in the fire is getting burnt, nigga. The person that threw the person in the fire is feeling that shit too after that person is fucking gone. They ain't gonna feel bad for what the fuck they did. So the nigga that hurt her, he's gonna feel bad for what he did, but what he trying to do when he this shit that we call acting as a compromise is which is not. He's trying to take his not feeling bad about what he did by asking her to forgive him and let him do all this dumb shit. You know what I mean? Because he fucked up and all this other shit. So is a lose for her. It's not no fucking lose situation. He's gonna win because now he don't even have to be hurt no more. You forgave him. Supposedly, in his mind, you forgave him. You still thinking about it. You still hurt, but you fucking forgave him. So there's no fucking. He's winning, and don't accept that shit. It's not no compromising. Don't accept that dumb shit, nigga. Let that nigga go.
So we all agree on that. Okay, now I got a question for everyone. You can apply it to yourself. Okay, have you ever agreed to a compromise that ended up breeding resentment for you? You and shorty person, whoever it is, met in the middle, and you ain't really like it, but you agreed to it.
Yes. I don't want to talk about it.
You can't do that and then do that. We're on a podcast to talk. So yeah, flap them gums, my guy. Jab them jaws.
So I was young and stupid, and there was a girl I was with, and she finessed a friend who I found out later was a hell of a lot more than that. I was a dummy for buying it.
What was the
I
compromise?
think you
I don't
talked about this
understand.
The
before.
compromise was just the fact that she had a male friend. I can't have that argument. I have female friends. The compromise was a male friend. As a man, I know better than that, but I chose to compromise because I always fought tooth and nail for my female friends. So I compromised. That shit bit me in the ass.
I think you talked about this before. Something like it. Maybe.
If I did, those situations way too fucking similar because I don't think I talked about this.
Yeah, I know I used to like that because it's kind of the same.
Like it was just we're just friends, blah 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 blah. Bitch, stop lying.
Wait, ask the question again.
Excuse my French.
Have you ever agreed to a compromise that made you breed resentment? Why are we echoing?
Been doing that for a while.
I don't know,
It's
bro.
you.
I can't think of nothing right now.
Everybody.
I'm pretty sure getting in a relationship was it for me.
So what?
No, I'm just fucking with
Oh,
y'all.
He just resented the whole relationship.
the whole relationship, bro, was over the whole
He was like, no,
relationship.
I'm done. The whole thing was resentment. Like, I can't say I've had that experience.
Everybody's still on their ground. Okay. So what do you do when you can't find common ground with your person? Y'all at odds or something, can't agree on something. What do you do? What do you do? Do you let
I'm a
that
fan.
person win? What do you do?
I'm a fan of being able to agree to disagree, but there's a lot of people who really don't know how to do that.
Because it's bullshit. And essentially, it's like you're not solving anything. All you're doing is agreeing to not come back at it no more. You're not gonna.
It's like
You're
we
not gonna.
both telling each other we both gonna shut the fuck up.
Pretty much, but ain't nothing getting solved. Ain't nothing getting solved. Like we
It's
can't reach
not.
common ground.
No, I don't think that you have to come to common ground. Being able to agree to disagree the right way is allowing both parties to still be who they are naturally, but still carrying respect for the other individual. If we can just agree to disagree, okay, I understand that you're okay with something. You understand that I'm not okay with it. I'm not going to sit here and yell at you 100%. Oh, I don't want you to do that. That's me imposing my will on you, or the other way around. You have to deal with the fact that I want to. That we can't do it the other way around. It has to come to some form of agreement, but you do it respectfully. There
So
is a way to agree to disagree properly.
what about when it's like because some things you can't agree to disagree on just because you can't find common ground. We want to go somewhere. You want to go to A, I want to go to B, and we're both nobody. I don't want to go to where you want to go because it's dry there, or I don't like the way it makes me feel, or it's not fun, and you feel the same way about what I want. We can't agree to disagree because we still need to figure out where we're going. What do we do in that case?
That's when true compromise comes in, and we go to C, so no one individual wins, and we'll go to another place we know we both wanted to go. That way we both win but don't lose.
This is why I don't like to compromise. This is why you get somebody that's the same as you. Y'all have a strong foundation because now nobody's doing what they want. We're just doing something so that we can do something.
I just said we'll find another place where both of us wanted to go. I understand you may want to go here at this time. I may want to go here at this time. But okay, we can't do either or because it's going to be a lose-lose. So what can we do? Let's find another place where both of us wanted to go and we'll go there now.
Or you could be like, all right, we'll go to where you want to go, and then we'll do mine next time.
That's not that. Is that a compromise?
It is. You said it was a compromise earlier. You literally said that shit earlier. If I'm going to go out today, the next week or sometime that you get to have, that's the same concept. It's like, I think when it comes to compromising, we forget that you don't always have to be in the middle. Sometimes you don't have to be the one that's getting the spotlight, getting your way, being the one that's being made to be happy. And that's a moment like this, right? But
No,
this,
in that situation, y'all both being happy.
who being
Because
happy?
it's you said you go right now, then next time we go to yours. Y'all both
Yeah, but you're not being happy right now. You're going to where you didn't want to go. I want to go to the snow. You don't want to go to the snow. We're going to the snow now. It's like I'm gonna make the most of it, but you're adapting does not mean that you're being made to be happy with the decision that you wanted for yourself. If it was just you, you would have went to where you wanted to go. You'd have been in the Bahamas on a swim up bar with a coconut with some rum in the inside of it in the bathing suit. But I wanted to go to the ski resort, so we're going skiing. And yeah, you're gonna make the most of it. You're gonna, not gonna be a sourpuss about it. But that's not what you wanted to do. You don't get to do what you wanted to do, and that's where the whole thing with compromising comes in. Like that's what like marriage is, right? You're never fully getting what you want because everything has to be now for the greater good, for the majority. And it's like you never can be first. You can't be selfish anymore. You cannot do that without causing problem.
I can agree with that.
I think the minute that you decide to step into any relationship, you have to put part of yourself, and I don't mean who you are at the core, but I mean as far as being selfish and putting what you want first, you have to kind of find the middle because you're never going to be able to be in a relationship. Even being a mother, as a mother, okay, yeah, this I would like this new pair of shoes, but at the end of the day, my son needs this, my son needs that. So it's like you stop really putting yourself first to make sure that okay, you're doing what's best for your household, be it husband, be it child, whatever the case may be. You're going to have to dial down your selfishness to some extent to make sure that, like you said, you're doing what's best for the greater good.
So I got a question. Shut up. So, like you said, when you enter into any relationship, so does the compromising come when now we're in a new relationship and we've established this title, or does it come as a relationship grows and matures and that compromisation has been earned? Like, do you enter? Which one is it?
I'll say me. I'm gonna go with grow.
So if you're with somebody. So if this your new girl of a week, there's certain privileges she ain't gonna get that you would give her.
Not girl of the week though.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's like Kat said earlier. Like if you show me who you are at the beginning, and that's 9 times out of 10, that's what it's gonna be like. Like you're not gonna grow and fucking change.
That was a lie.
What the fuck was that?
Like, because you're not gonna grow and go down. Like you're gonna grow and go up. So,
but can you grow without having that giving that much in that compromising? Like, how am I gonna get to month 9 with you if in month 1 it's not really you're not really giving much. You're not letting go a bit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not. How we gonna make it that far if I'm already trying to compromise shit with you? Immediately at the beginning, like how are we gonna make it that far? Like if I want to go to Vegas for my birthday and you fucking being a brat, I wanted to go to Jamaica, go to Jamaica, blah blah blah, for the 4th of July and all some shit, and we only been talking for 3 months, or we only been in a relationship for 3 months, and you basically like what I mean, have a fucking whole hissy fit about wanting to go to Jamaica, so I got to compromise to go to Jamaica with you already in 3 months. Like, no, because then when we do get to that down the line, you're going to expect me to give in every time so you can get your fucking way, because I've been doing this from the beginning.
I agree with that. You do got to set a precedent in the beginning. Like, if you start compromising out the gate, the expectation is that you always will. That's got to be earned. Like, you do have to stand 10 toes down to who you are how you are, the life you lived before that person got there, and over time allow that person to show you that they're worth compromising for.
Oh,
I'm not doing that. I'm not going to get to know you well enough to decide that you're going to be worth compromising for later. This is why, like, you take the time to get to know somebody. I'm not trying to compromise. When compromises come up, they should be seldom. I don't want them to be a regular part of our everyday fucking lives where I'm feeling the impact, where I'm understanding the loss that I had to give up in order to meet you in the middle. I'm not trying to feel the sacrifice. I'm not trying to constantly weigh the differences between what your desires for your life is and mine, and now we're trying to mesh them together. It is very important to have a foundational fucking adjoinment. Like, we need to be the same on so many stages. I can't be like, oh, I like you, you're cool, but so many things just don't match with us. Because now, yeah, I know he gonna want to go to the bar for his birthday. I hate going to the fucking bar. I know he gonna want to go to his mother on Sundays and we gotta go to church. I don't want to do none of this shit, but I like you and things are
how
good
much
and
shit
things
got a match for you?
a lot. What do you mean? I like peace. You know what brings peace? Lack of controversy, lack of adversity. I like peace. If we agree on shit, then I don't have nothing to bitch at you about. We both homebodies. You're not having a girl who's constantly complaining that we don't go nowhere, we don't do nothing, because we both happy being laid up in the house watching fucking HBO Max. If I'm the kind of person where I like to go to the beaches and shit, you do too. Guess what? We're never going to be at odds about wanting to go to the beach. You're never going to be like, I fucking hate the water. I'm only going because I love her. That's never going to come up. You know what that does? That stops you from having arguments. That stops you from having to not ever feel fully satisfied and fulfilled within yourself because of your relationship. So much should match. The things that don't match should be something that, like I said, it does not come up often. If we're constantly at odds about everything, most things, something every week, there's a problem. There's a problem. And what you're
So,
doing is, I need to now take time to take a deep breath, because now I have to prepare sometimes to be with you because I like you, I love you, whatever it is. But you take energy out of me that I wouldn't have to expel if we was on the same page.
so you're saying that compromise should be more based upon how you are, not who you are. If you're going to have to compromise, it should be based on how you are together, not who you are together.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. I can't be like, when they say that opposites attract shit, opposites do attract. That doesn't mean that there is not fires and explosions everywhere. I don't like fires and explosions. If you get on my nerves, if you know what I mean, like I was talking to a dude recently, Drew, code word here, and every time I say something, he always wants to negate some shit that I'm saying. And it's not even that I'm wrong. It's just like, you like to challenge me. Maybe that's foreplay for you. Maybe that's fun for you. It's not for me. So when I cut him off, he couldn't believe it because this wasn't a problem for him, but it was a problem for me. We don't match enough. Everything I say, it's a problem. He tried to say some shit the other day. He's like, oh, I'm trying to find the word. I'm like, oh, reinforce. He's like, no, that's not the word. Then said something that let me know that it was the word, but you couldn't take the word because I said it. It makes no fucking sense. That is frustrating. And it'd be little shit like that. We cannot sit here and underestimate how much little shit blows the fuck up. There is shit.
I used to hate that because I was in a relationship where every time, like one day he got a ticket, and I'm like, well, you could fight it. And he goes, asks his friend who told him the same shit. He's like, oh yeah, my friend said I could fight it. Didn't I just tell you that? Right? But because it was coming from me, you ain't want to listen to that. But your male friend said it, and now all of a sudden, he's the word of God.
That
Like,
shit
I'm
gospel.
just
That shit
like,
gospel now.
I was like, you know what? Okay. Like,
Maybe he needed a second opinion. It's like, nah, I'm fucking with
really?
you.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Not a fucking second opinion. Shut up.
No, but I will agree because like me and my girl when we first met, like we were in our talking phase, something that we realized is that like we were out and around other people and somebody would ask us a question, but we would answer in the same way, in the same tone, the same phrase.
See,
There was a
y'all
lot of
different.
We had we
No,
had a
not
lot of
y'all. I'm talking
similarities.
about
Those two?
yeah. Shit. No, I mean like you and Melanie, like you said, you like that shit about your girl when y'all was saying the same shit.
Yeah, I saw a comment.
That shit would annoy me. Like
No,
somebody
for
matching with
me.
me, like how Melanie like it, that would annoy me.
But here's the
Like
thing:
nigga,
that
you go ahead.
matching.
I like we both like the beach, all right? We go to the beach. But what
Okay,
do you like to do like after the beach? You want to sit in the sun? Please say yes. Like stay there for a second. I'm gonna go over.
you
You're
don't want your
asking ridiculous. You don't got to be a twin for everything. The point is,
Yeah, I
no.
don't want no twin for everything.
But the
No
nobody
thing
match
wants
is,
a
for everything.
twin
when
for
you
everything.
exactly when you find those types of similarities, that's that many less things I have to bump heads about. And at this point in time, bro, you looking for somebody you don't bump heads with so much. You want that.
I don't want that shit. I don't want that.
Trust,
So
bro,
many
bro,
things
try it.
to
You
agree with.
try it. You know, you don't know. It might change your life, bro.
Nah, I don't want that shit. I don't want that shit.
I tell
That's
you,
You
too
bro.
much.
ridiculous, but you stay complaining when you be having friction in your relationships. You can't have it both
Yeah,
ways. You can't not be cool
it
with your
be
person.
the friction in my relationships don't be about like what we like and shit like that. That be about other shit. I'm talking about like shit what we like, our personalities and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that you could
Try
probably
it.
look a little deeper. I think you could
Let-
look a little deeper to
Try it.
match in places. That's all.
That's
That's all.
because y'all like that shit. How you gonna try to tell me?
I'm just telling you, nigga, I talk to you all the fucking time. You be annoyed, you be pissed off. You think that your baby moms and all your exes and shit get on your nerve the way they do because y'all was good friends and y'all matched well? No. Me and my son's dad, villain in my story, I've said this numerous times before. We still cool as fuck. You know why? Because we had an established friendship, because we have shit in common before we went and did these things
Everybody do.
romantically in our lives. So in our separation, it's not all beef because now we don't have little fucking issues to work through because we always match there. It just makes things easier, and things that are easier are much more enjoyable. And then we can get to the stuff that matters because we're not fighting over every little fucking pebble that we see.
This is what you gotta understand, all right? And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. When you say like you talk to me a lot or whatever, when I talk to y'all or I talk to you or I talk to whoever, I'm not gonna talk to you all the time about the good shit about my baby mothers, right? I'm only gonna talk to you about shit that happens and we talk about it, right?
Got you. But why is
Okay,
it
so but
always so
listen,
much
hold on,
bad
listen.
shit? Even if you don't say
Right.
the good shit, it's so much bad shit.
Okay, listen. Okay, but listen. Nigga, you get on my nerves, my mother get on my nerves. Everybody get on my nerves sometimes. My kids get on my nerves, or whatever the case may be. Right? But my baby mothers, we cool. I'm not gonna hit y'all up like, yo, me and what's the name was laughing the other day, or we was motherfucking talking about this and that and this and that and blah blah blah. We cool. We had times where shit went wrong and I talked about it. Nigga, that's it. Like, man, oh motherfucking that shit ain't nothing. But I know one thing, I don't want to find somebody that's matching me all the way so I could like, you know what I mean? Like avoid confrontation.
So let me ask you something. We started this whole situation off. This whole conversation started with somebody who could understand that you like to be at home in your space and your peace. The only thing that made your peace different was that you wanted it by yourself. Imagine if you had somebody to share that space with you, but you still had your space.
I don't want it all the time though.
But
You
what's the
want some
problem?
friction. You want to fight.
Nah, I want you around, but I don't. Sometimes I want to be by myself.
Around. You said that like she's a puppy.
He
Like,
smells like
that's like, I want you around.
Yeah, like I
Now
want
you
you.
cool and shit.
I want you around. But you got to go home sometime. I got to go home sometime. Like I don't want us to be like, you know what I mean, every day and shit. Like
anyway.
it's so funny that y'all say this, right? Real quick, because we talking about the beginning and changing and all this other shit, right? It's so funny how girls be so fucking busy. They be so busy. Like when you first get their number and shit and all this other shit, they be so busy, can't do this, can't do that. Soon as you fuck them, now they got all the time. Now you can see me every day. Like, bitch, what happened? You was just busy every
You know what she was doing? Measuring if you were worth her
No,
time.
stay busy, bitch. Stay
Exactly.
busy.
You gotta grow up. That is so fucking unrealistic.
That's
You take time.
cold, bro.
I need somebody today. I don't know if you're gonna be worth the
Now,
call conversations that you want, the dates that you want.
How come y'all want consistencies from us, but y'all don't show consistency?
Let me
How
talk to
y'all
him.
is?
Feeding into
Mel,
this.
let me talk to him. Let me talk to him. Let me talk to him.
Please, because he's
Show me
rage
who you
baiting
are
right
from the
now.
beginning. How you want me to
Man,
show you who I am from the beginning?
man,
Show me
it's
who
not
you
that.
are.
He
Bro,
is
man,
crashing
it's not
out.
that.
Oh my real we don't want you to comment. We want the real ones to comment, nigga. We don't want you to comment because my real niggas gonna say this. They gonna say, like, listen, they always talking about no niggas don't be consistent. What happened to the nigga you was at the beginning? What happened to who you was at the beginning? Because I couldn't even get a motherfucking text back. If I text you back at 9:30, you'll text me back at 9:58. Now after I got the pussy, if I text you back at 9:30, you text me back at 9:30. Like, what happened?
I mean, if
I
she
couldn't
texts
see
you
you all
back at
week.
9:58, that's pretty consistent
I give you
considering
that.
people have
That's just
lives and are
you
grown.
looking at
Like,
the time. You looking at the time. I'm talking about the space. I'm talking about the distance, not the real time. But if you motherfucking busy all week, you busy all week. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. As soon as you get the pussy, what you doing? I'm coming over. What you doing? Coming over. What you doing tonight? What you doing
God
tonight?
forbid you make time for the things that you feel like is worth your time.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you,
And
Why was it?
Mel.
Oh, why? So
insane.
once you got some dick, it's worth your time now.
If I decided that, then yes. If I decided this dick is worth me taking my Friday night for, yes. But before I got this dick, before I got to know you, you was just some nigga who wanted me. Guess what? Line up. They're out there. We know that. But now that I've decided, you can bring something to me that I like, whether it's value, whether it's orgasms, whatever. I get to choose that.
By the time I get you, I'm damn near drained.
That's not, that's a consequence of whatever this is, but that didn't change the fact that that was my choice. You mother, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Last question, because it's going to be about that time.
That's
A
why.
minute.
That's why niggas shouldn't even try to talk to girls. They got to convince to get them time. Like, I'm not
No,
trying to.
fuck your homeboys. Then maybe they'll call you. I don't know what to tell you.
You gotta convince. You gotta
Like, what
convince.
the fuck was
You gotta
that?
convince the girl to
Wow.
like you. Like the fuck.
Do you compromise sexually? Are you willing to compromise sexually?
Compromise sexually.
Yeah.
No.
No, why no?
so it was funny. It's funny that you bring this up because I was listening to Hot 97 driving my son to school,
Mm-hmm.
and it was this woman who sent in like a letter or whatever. They have like this guru thing. This woman sent in a letter talking about she'd been in a 20-year relationship with her husband, and they're on two different levels sexually, and she's trying to debate whether she should do a threesome or not. I'm not compromising on certain shit, and yeah, sexually, that's something I'm not compromising
She
on.
said with a girl or a guy.
Oh,
They didn't specify, but if
Of
there's a
course.
situation where it comes to, oh, let's have a threesome, no, I'm good. I'm not
I think it
compromising
depends.
on that.
if
You
we
just ain't
can't, if
having a
you,
threesome. Period.
huh?
You know what I'm saying? You basically saying you're not compromising on a threesome. Period.
Right? No, I'm not. There's other things too, but that's an example I'm using. I'm not compromising on that.
Okay.
I don't think I should have to. Like,
I agree with you, and
And
you
you
shouldn't.
shouldn't.
You shouldn't. If we're 72% important, right? Sex is 72% important in the relationship. If we was doing it and it was great, and then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, it waned off, I didn't agree to that. A part of this commitment was the fact that you could sexually satisfy me. I'm not willing to compromise on the level of satisfaction that I'm getting. Because if you don't want to do it, I still want to do it. The only thing to do here is for me to be satisfied. There's no way we can lean towards what you no longer are doing, especially if we was already here.
And that's your
So
man.
yeah, it's my man.
The fuck.
What's the problem?
If so, once the 70, like once that go, you trying to say once the performance go down, you're not
Like if
compromising.
you start not performing, I'm not being satisfied, and it's not like a one-off or sometimes here and there, it's a regular fucking thing, that means the sex in our relationship is no longer good. That means this is a problem, because a big portion of being with a man is so that I can have sex with him. And I want to be satisfied in that. What
So what you gonna
compromise
do?
is there to make?
Oh, so what you gonna do? You're not compromising. You saying?
I'm saying I'm not compromising where I'm going to end up unsatisfied. Whatever the compromise is, we need to both be back to where we were that made us want to be in this relationship and stay there, because you were satisfied and so was I. And if I no longer am, then something needs to change. something needs to be done. A compromise or some sort needs to be made, but it's only going to be made to my benefit because I'm the one feeling like this is not happening.
Yeah,
That's
you
not fair.
shit.
What?
Are you compromising or not? I don't
Compromising if he's compromising for me, he's going to do what needs to be done, or we going to be done bringing a clean up.
Shit. So if you saying if he can't fix it, you're done.
If he's not willing to fix it, because guess what? If you my man, I already know you can do what need to be done. You clearly choosing not to. Now let's some medical shit.
Not to.
Because unless it's some medical shit, I know you got the skills to do it because you did it before. Why all of a sudden shit changed? Why all of a sudden shit changed? What?
Probably stressed out or some shit.
And guess what? You stressed out and I'm over here.
But again, that again would be a one-off situation. That wouldn't be like a consistent, every single time. Yeah. You know, if it's stress or something like that, okay, it's a one-off, it happens, whatever the case may be. But it's not a consistent thing.
No,
exactly.
So
if you was with a girl and she was no longer satisfying you, she's not sucking your dick or whatever the fuck it is that you like to have done, you gonna stay with her?
I'm gonna compromise it.
You gonna compromise and you gonna say you a fucking liar?
Nigga, I'm what? What the fuck?
You're a fucking liar. You gonna say
you lying because I'm not compromising.
In a relationship where you not being satisfied?
72% for me. It don't matter that much.
You gonna stay in there where you're not being satisfied?
Or you gonna do what?
If I got in a relationship with her, I'm already satisfied.
And now you no longer are. It's been 7 months and she ain't been doing none of the things. Y'all ain't been doing none of the things.
She going through a storm or something.
Get the fuck out of here. This is cap as fuck.
Wait. First of all, he for damn sure capping his ass off.
He capping his fuck.
So you think if it stops, so let's say 7 months.
Yo, as soon as I say some shit like this, I'm cap. Everything else I say, I'm
because you lying.
You capping your ass off. You mean to tell me if she stopped? It's not stopping for 7 months. It's stopping completely. She never do it again. Period.
Bro, it's been times where I stopped giving head to my girl. Like I stopped giving head. I just was fucking her.
You've been cheated on. You don't correlate these two things together.
And I done cheated too. You've been cheated on too. Like, nigga.
But my point is,
that's the other side. That's the other side of the question, though. Okay, maybe your shorty stopped satisfying you. You'll stay, but will you stay faithful or you gonna cheat?
I'm not, nigga. I think that question right there don't really have to do with the satisfying. I think a nigga could cheat even if he's satisfying her.
But he's asking you the specific question. Stay on task.
No, I'm not gonna. That don't have nothing to do with me cheating. I'm not.
So you just gonna be unhappy?
Huh?
You gonna be unhappy?
Would I be unhappy?
Are you gonna be unhappy because your sex life is pretty much non-existent or not satisfactory?
No. If she stopped giving me head, we're gonna compromise that. I'm gonna compromise with her. We're gonna find out what the fuck going on. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna compromise that.
But you're compromising in the hope that it's gonna come back. I'm asking if it never does.
How the fuck can you ask if it never does? How you know it's never gonna come back?
Because that's the entire aspect of compromising is when something is changed and it's not what it was before. Are you going to compromise to remain there?
Compromising so it could come back. Like
that's a discussion.
Compromise so it could come back. You're not gonna compromise so it could never come back.
If I know for a fact, so let's say my sex game is A1. Me and Shorty is loving it, and this shit dropped down to a C-. Am I going to compromise and accept this C- for the rest of my life?
Nigga, you basically saying like it started off good. You basically saying it started off good. It went
just
bad.
A week ago.
It went bad. And are you gonna accept it being bad for the rest of your life?
Yes, that's the question.
Nigga, I feel like that is the dumbest analogy to even think, bro. It didn't start off bad. Why would you think that is gonna always
You don't
be
think
bad?
that
That's her. But that was Mel's argument. For a woman, if sex started off great and then it stopped, they out. They're not going to compromise with that because at one point it's already been proven that it can be top tier. Why is it not anymore without a valid medical reason?
Yeah, and the
or
main
maybe
question
you just don't
is,
fuck with me like that.
Are you going to compromise that? Are you going to compromise the sex? And
I
my
need to know
answer is
why.
yes, because nigga, it was good before.
So you're gonna have memories of the good sex because it's not good no more.
And just keep having
Like your ass gonna be over there in your head.
C-
Listen,
Oh
ass sex
yeah.
game.
hold on. So what are we compromising if it ain't gonna be good?
That's the point
Accepting
that
the
I'm
bare
making.
minimum. Accepting
No,
that C- ass sex game from here
no,
on
no,
out.
no,
That's
no,
the
no.
compromise.
She can't. She stopped being on top. She stopped throwing it back. She stopped sucking a dick. She stopped doing freaky shit. She just want to lay there, do a little bit of moaning. She's not trying to do nothing else. And that's all you getting from now
She won't
on.
even put it in.
It's not. It's
That's
not gonna
it.
happen.
That's you see. You can't.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Y'all saying for now on, forever.
Yes.
so we gonna let that go
Because here's the thing. Until you have that conversation and you actually fix the problem, you don't know if it's ever gonna come back.
And
You
it
don't.
can happen. It does happen. It can happen. You don't think that it can? Great for you, but it can and it does to men and women.
That first nut was
Trust.
amazing. You're not gonna get another one.
Like, no.
I don't
We
know.
actually
First is first for a reason.
This is it. Y'all niggas.
it's you. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up.
Y'all niggas is crazy, bro.
We're gonna wrap this up. Kat, we want to thank you for joining us once again. We over here with the tomfoolery, but we appreciate all your input. We thank you for coming back. You know,
Thank you
always
for having me. And I'm
Always.
just going to I'm just going to plug my nonprofit really quickly because I run a nonprofit in the Bronx called Gummy Bear Foundation, and they're having a Christmas event December 14th. So if anyone is interested, I know Christmas, as far as affording toys for kids, is expensive. They'll be giving out free toys and doing different events with the kids. So if anyone is interested, go to our website, which is gummybearfoundation.com, and you can see the information for the event.
oh, thank you. Gummybearfoundation.com. I didn't know that. That's dope.
Thank you.
Now that we done Gummy Bear Foundation, we were gonna take a drink. We want to thank everybody for watching. We're coming to y'all from the group chat to the podcast.
Hey, he got water.
Hey, I was drinking last night on a Tuesday. I ain't drinking nothing today.
I was drinking
Got
too.
the club going up on a Tuesday.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe. We're on TikTok at Related Conversations. We're on YouTube at Related Conversations. We're on Instagram at Related Conversations Podcast. We post most Fridays. Please be sure to go to the Gummy Bear Foundation. Check her out. And tune in next time. Thank you.